Test, test, test. Hello and welcome to Playtime Engineering's NAMM 2021 virtual demo. Thanks for joining us. I am Troy Sheets. I am the creator of, give me 1 second here. I'm Troy Sheets. I'm the co-founder of Playtime Engineering and also the creator of the Blipblox.
The video isn't working, just your sound. Oh, there you go. Now you're good.
Again, thanks for joining us. Today we're going to be talking about the Blipblox line of synthesizers. As you can see here, we have our original white Blipblox and the all-new Blipblox After Dark. The original Blipblox was released in 2018, and since then we've gotten thousands of kids into electronic music and synthesizers, and it's been a whole lot of fun. And now we've moved on to the Blipblox After Dark. This is a little bit more advanced device. As you can see, it looks a little bit more like a synthesizer. It has the labeled controls and has all new software and electronics. So it's really more of this is a device we really made to target more directly to music retailers in the music industry. These are just really fun devices in that you just turn them on, they start playing melodies, they each have built-in melodies, and the kids can really focus on exploring synthesis down at the oscillator and filter level in a really fun, accessible way. If you are a music retailer, we would love to talk to you. Whether you're big or small, we are looking for retail partners. So you can contact us here on the Believe in Music interface, or you can contact us at blipblox.com, and we can get you price lists or any other information you'd like about ordering any of these two units. They are both shipping now. So let's jump right in here and let's just take a listen. We're going to start with the Blipblox After Dark, our newest unit, and I'm just going to power it up here. We're going to play around with it a little bit. So what I'm doing here, I'm just playing around with the filter a little bit. You can hear the filter change there. And we also have, on this particular oscillator, we have some wavetable synthesis. So as you can hear, you get some really good sounds out of the Blipblox After Dark, and I'm going to now move it over here to the original Blipblox, and we're going to hear kind of the difference, and just hear the other unit here. Get this in focus here. Turn it up a little bit. All right, so hopefully you can get a quick introduction here. Hear kind of the difference between the two. As you can see, the original Blipblox was sort of made to straddle both the toy and music markets. So it has sort of a more playful design, looks a little bit more like a Fisher-Price toy, but it's still a fully functional synthesizer. So I'm going to do the walkthrough, and the functions are really they're similar. It's just the After Dark has some new features. As you can see, sort of with the playful design, the original is basically always cycling through a fun light show, so kids can enjoy watching that synchronized light show. Whereas on the After Dark, the LEDs are basically displaying the sound parameters, so all the different modulations, the tempo, and all that is being shown on the After Dark. So what I want to do now is do a functional walkthrough of the After Dark. I'm going to basically just go through all the functions here. Zoom in a little bit, take a closer look. Get some volume going here. So on both units, the signal flow roughly goes from left to right, and we'll start over here with the sequencer button. You press the sequencer button, that randomizes one of the over 300 melodies that are built into each unit. So we can pull up different melodies here. You can also hear that pressing the sequencer button also turns the drum machine on or off. We have the tempo lever here, so we can speed up the sound. Here we have the Sound Freak button. This is fun. This basically scrambles all the notes coming out of the sequencer. So it's just an easy, fun way to sort of freak out the sound. From the sequencer, the notes flow into the oscillator. So the Blipblox, it's basically made around what we call oscillator schemes. So inside these schemes, we have all the different synthesis parameters, such as pulse width modulation, hard sync. We have, on the After Dark, we have wavetable synthesis. So we can basically cycle through the different types of oscillators. The After Dark has 16 of these oscillator schemes, and the original has 12 of these schemes. So you can hear the delay on that. So the delay is coming from the Blipblox itself. There's no additional effects we're putting on this unit right now. Each oscillator scheme gets 2 modulation inputs, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but that's how you can modulate the oscillator. From the oscillator, the sound goes out to the filter. This big lever here is our filter cutoff. The After Dark has 3 different filter types: low pass, high pass, and band pass. You can control that by holding down the filter mod. So you can see that little LED display showing you that we're in band pass mode. hold it down again. Here, high pass mode, and then low pass mode. The After Dark also has resonance, so you can hold down this button here, which is the control 2, but if you hold it down, it becomes resonance. So you can crank the resonance all the way up. And take it all the way down. Finally, we do have, like I said, the delay effect, so you can hold down the delay. We can make the signal completely dry. So you can hear a nice dry signal there. Or we can hold this down and we can flood the signal with just a ton of this beautiful stereo multi-tap delay. The After Dark does have a stereo output, so you can kind of hear the sound sort of orbiting around your headphones if you're using headphones or an external speaker. Bring that down here. Finally, a volume control. We have an amp release here. This is a dedicated just release envelope, so you can control how long the sound stays on. So let's talk a little bit more about the modulations. The Blipblox has a 3x3 modulation matrix. We have 2 LFOs, and we have a dedicated envelope for the modulations, and with this you can control the attack of the envelope. And you can route any of these into 2 modulation inputs for the oscillator and also the filter modulation. So let's see what we can hear here. So we're going to select which modulation we want going in here to the first oscillator modulation. You can see when you press a button, a little LED light show tells you what modulation you're selecting. So let's go ahead and let's put this LFO 2 into it. You can hear the effect that LFO 2. We do have some questions coming in. I appreciate that. The 1/4 inch output. It has it's a 1/4 inch output, and it's a left and right output. So it's sort of like a 1/4 inch headphone jack. So you can adapt that to go into a mixer, or you can just plug a 1/4 inch headphone into it with an adapter. So here, let's hear another modulation here. So this is kind of fun. So these yellow oscillator types are wavetables. So you can hear some different, basically hear some different modulations happening with the wavetables. The wavetables are unique to the After Dark. And let's apply a filter mod now also. So we'll apply the we'll apply the modulation attack to the filter. So you can hear that sort of slow filter ramp up by using the modulation attack. Or you can do something like an LFO. The Blipblox, let's get some new sounds going here. So you see the randomize button. This basically randomizes all the parameters, so it's a great way to quickly dial up a new sound. So we have the drum machine here. You can play it manually, or you can use the sequencer select button. The Blipblox After Dark has over 100 samples built in, and those samples do pitch shift, so they are pitch shiftable, and you can actually edit the drum samples if you want. Make sure the sequencer off. Go into a drum edit mode, find your kick, pitch it. Same with the snare. So I think that's most of the functions here on the After Dark. Like I said, the original Blipblox has very similar functions. It's just it doesn't have a few of the features. Like it has a just a low pass filter. It doesn't have the resonance, but it's good for kids. It's like I said, it's more a little bit more designed for kids, and the After Dark's a little bit more for the musicians. So both these units do have MIDI, so I want to take some time and just plug in we want to plug in a MIDI keyboard. We'll go ahead and do that with the original here. So let's get the shot set up here. Again, thanks for joining us here at NAMM. We know it's a little different this year, but we're going to make the most of it. You'll still have some fun. We have some great memories of NAMM. In 2018, we launched the original Blipblox, and it was sort of we sort of went viral. We announced this right before NAMM, so we got to roll up at NAMM with an exciting new product. People were really into it. And it was really just a lot of fun. So, and then in 2020, we were back to announce the After Dark. And man, just being at NAMM where we were, it was like a giant party. It was a lot of fun. It was really just we had Roland, we had we have another question here. Processor output, amplifier chips to reuse, mini sound ISO. Well, thanks for we appreciate that. We basically do have these are digital synths. We like to think of them as analog inspired, but they are digital. That gives us our wide range of sound, and they are we have a proprietary software algorithm that generates these sounds. So here we have the original with the plugged in the keyboard. It's kind of fun. You can just kind of showing how these really are real synthesizers and how they are expandable. I apologize. I'm not the world's best musician. I'm a little bit more of an engineer, but I think you get the idea. Let's try and randomize some new sounds here. It's kind of fun. You can see with the MIDI plugged in. The Blipblox does respond to your inputs on the LEDs, so it just adds a little element of fun, playing around with your keyboard, get some little extra light show there. The original does have a performance mode, so you can kind of see the different parameters here. You can see with the LEDs, you can see the LFOs, you can see the different envelopes. This is all described in our manuals. And we can do the same with the After Dark. Let's go ahead and plug the After Dark in here. Like I said, we are interested in retailers. So if you are a retailer, big or small, reach out to us. Oh, we have this. We get to the right MIDI channel here. Reach out to us if you are a music retailer. We'd love to hear from you. So we have a question here that are these compatible with any MIDI controller? Anything that sends a MIDI out, these Blipbloxes, they respond to note on and off, and they also respond to tempo sync, so they'll instantly sync to a drum machine or any other device that sends sync. So, question about a USB to MIDI connector. Right now, your controller keyboard needs to send out the 5-pin MIDI. If you have a controller that only has USB, you'll have to go through a computer and then send it out through MIDI. So this is kind of fun. Like I was saying, we had fun at NAMM 2020 launching the After Dark. It's just a big party, and we really missed out a lot. So we're looking forward, hopefully going back in 2022. So now I'm going to change it up a little bit. I want to show you basically how we can put all this together into a little studio setup, and I'm going to do a little live, do my best at a live performance here. To help us out, I'm going to use a Korg Electribe. I want to thank our friends at Korg for helping us out with this. We work together with Korg. We do some co-marketing with Korg. We have a common interest in getting kids into electronic music. So we work with Korg a little bit to help facilitate that. Right now, getting kids into synthesizers is just it's just a lot of fun. Kids are having a lot of fun with this. When we designed the Blipblox, we took a little bit of a risk. We weren't sure. We thought it was fun. We weren't exactly sure how much kids would like it. But as it turns out, once kids get this in their hands, they have a great time with it. So it's just really a great device. So I have a question: is the After Dark and the original different? Yes, they are. They have the After Dark has a much more powerful processor in it and all new software. You can really hear it on things like the filter and the drums, and it's just we're able to put a lot more processing power into the After Dark. All right, so I'm going to try to get a little jam going here, see what we can do. Part mute. So let's see what we can do here. Sounds pretty good. So we have the original going. So let's try and mix in the After Dark here. So now we have the two Blipbloxes going, and now let's go ahead and let's bring up the Electribe just to fill this song out. Where are you, Electribe? Oh, you're around here somewhere. Have this all set up, but we'll get going here in just 1 second. Let's try another. We're doing this live, so we're doing the best we can here. There we go. Gotta get some parts going here. So it's kind of fun. You can hear, you know, this is kind of a nice studio setup. These are actually all battery powered, so if you want to do a completely battery powered set, you could. So once again, we'll hear the different parts. We've got our After Dark here. And we have our original. And we'll fill in the rest of the song with the Electribe. Let's try a different song here. Let's go move forward one here. Again, we have just the two Blipbloxes going here, and let's drop some Electribe in here. The question about the routing that we have going on here. Sure, basically it's just we have the Electribe is the source, and it's sending out MIDI signals. We have channels 1 and 4 that are dedicated to sending the MIDI notes. Channel 1 is going to the original Blipblox. The original Blipblox only responds to MIDI channel 1. The After Dark, you can set the MIDI channel. We have that set to channel 4 right now. And basically we have just one MIDI coming out of the Electribe. We have a MIDI through box that's splitting the MIDI signal into two, so that way both units can receive those MIDI signals. So let's get another track going here. We have the After Dark. Let's bring in the original. That's not very good. Very good. Again, we just have the two Blipbloxes playing now. Let's drop in some Electribe. Let's drop the beats here. So again, let's hear the different parts and turn down the Electribe. Got the original Blipblox playing here. And we'll bring up... So again, these are the two Blipbloxes, and we'll bring in the Electribe. About out of time here. We've had a good session with you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've learned a little bit about it. Please contact us here on the Believe in Music website, and or visit us at blipblox.com. Both of these units are available, and we really want to connect with more retailers. We want to get these into more physical stores. We think these are great devices just to have in your store. kids can play with them while the parents are shopping. If you want to get into synthesizers, if you want to start exploring the synthesizer market in your store, you need somewhere to start. These are low-cost devices that you can look at. Again, the original retails for $189. The After Dark basically retails for $199, and they're both available now. So thank you very much, and have a great time here at NAMM 2020.